Hey guys, it's Maverick here. Welcome back to another episode of Monogatari. So, we continue on this particular arc where Kaiki is already beginning his investigation with Sengoku's situation, her conditions, and whatnot. He's actually already made some pretty good progress, I would say. We got to see Sengoku once again, see how she's doing nice. And Kaiki apparently already has a preliminary opinion on the situation, and in fact, I would presume he's already starting the process of actually fooling her, tricking her, whatever you want to call it, since he's already in contact with her, and with what he was doing at the very end of last episode, I have a feeling that he's already laying his trap, if you will. Now, with that being said, I still have some hesitations in regards to his conclusion of the situation. Now, the fact that Sengoku is just operating in a reverse way, like doing bad things to one she loves, doing good things to one she hates, that kind of stuff. If that were the case, I would expect her to be even more crazy than she is now. So, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more investigation to do, so let's just see where Kaiki ends up next. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, it's the Kaiki theme song again. Or motif. What? Senjougahara. Kaiki always with the great response. Completely unfazed. I feel like that's, Senjougahara's way of trying to phase people. Deliberately trying to speak in such an unsettling manner, and the content of her words as well. But of course, it's not gonna work on Kaiki, who's a mature adult. Or more likely the case, because he's much more adept at these mind games than even Senjougahara is. I'm still very dubious about this entire opening. I think I already mentioned this last episode as well, right? The fact that this song is very, it's the style is as old as the animation that's being shown right here. It has more of a Showa kind of feel compared with everything else. Hmm? Seriously? Where are you guys meeting? Oh, okay, never mind. Good question. I feel like that's a kind of a different fetish, though. I like the way that Kaiki is. Oh, burn. Ah, that's a good roast. Mr. Donut. Really? That's 3 points for Kaiki. And that's probably what he wants to talk about, right? They're actually out of town. No, you didn't exactly... You didn't exactly counter that, did you? Well, if that's the story you want to keep going with. And yeah, if we think back to that particular arc, it's because she lost her trust in Araragi, right? Well, have you guys tried? Really? But, huh? Really? Because she feels ill intent from those two? Mentionable? I don't think Senjougahara is that type of woman, though. What? Oh, because I mean, is Kaiki telling? I like how that's the thing that he's most bothered by. What are you doing here? Kaiki Oni-chan? Oh yeah, I mean, they are kind of acquainted, right? Because of Kakinui. I almost forgot that they had this sort of really. Ooh. So if this, can we say that Kaiki is Araragi if he had a bad upbringing? Damn. So he actually fought about it for 30 minutes? So yeah, basically everybody knows, eh? Oh, so is this something that Guyan did not know? Shinobu? Who was the one that intervened? Was it Araragi, or did it go all the way back to Kaiki with what he did too? And when did you get that personality? Oh, okay. But isn't Guyan supposed to be like the sister of? Wow. Is it because of the Kambaru family? I do have a. Well, now that I think about it, Sengoku really has sort of regressed in her mental. I mean, she's like a, I don't know, like an elementary schooler. He's gonna do this 100 times. So, 1 million? 1 million yen? How's he gonna come 100 times, though? He needs to come more than once per day if that's the case. Because when he started this, there was only like 70-something days left, right? So he can't come here 100 times, unless he comes here twice per day. Well, probably Gaien. Yeah. Mm. Shinobu? Okay. Yeah. This is something I do want to take a look at. Does she have some skeletons in her closet? He's gonna meet some person here. I'm guessing Shinobu? Alright. That's an interesting little... What should I say interesting? That's some kind of a cliffhanger. Alright, I think the only thing left is a preview, so that's it for now. See you guys after this. Alrighty, that was that, and well, I guess that is the answer to the question I had at the beginning of the episode, right? Where exactly is the investigation going to lead to? Well, I'm glad that Kaiki did not give up on this and just, reach a conclusion and start deceiving Sengoku. He's trying to get to the bottom of this, and definitely the closet is something that it does require investigation, right? Now, what exactly is in there, I can't really say. I don't really know. If we go for a more darker route, I could throw out a wild guess and say, like, perhaps there's a bunch of notebooks in there where there's nothing but Sengoku writing die, 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 or something like that, repeatedly, like curses, right? Giving it a more ominous and more darker kind of feeling. It could be something like that. It could be something as innocent as a memoirs from her past, significant events to her, which will also give us a little glimpse of her personality and why she turned out the way she did, that kind of thing. Whatever it is, though, I do have a theory, or I shouldn't really say theory, I do have a guess and a hunch, if you will, that if you guys remember what I talked about last episode, where I feel like even though Kaiki kinda sorta has this thing figured out, I'm not too sure about this entire thing, and he didn't really sound sure about the entire thing as well. Certainly, I feel like he is also kind of suspicious of the situation, so that's why he's continuing the investigation, and to be frank, so am I. I feel like what he's going to find in that closet might just overturn all the assumptions that he's had so far in regards to the situation and how easily deceived Sengoku actually is, the nature of her character, all that sort of stuff, right? So I do have a feeling that next episode is going to be a turning point in all this, where things really, things really explode, if you will, in a either good or bad fashion. Which kind of goes back to what Gaien was trying to say here, right? Now, for someone who supposedly knows it all, she certainly does not know a lot about what actually happened, why it happened, and what's going to happen in this Sengoku situation, right? Why is that? Don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know everything, right? But, it was kind of interesting to see her sort of, even though it wasn't direct, like how Kaiki viewed her, and tying back into the entire situation with Kambaru, her mother, and what kind of relationship that her mother has with Guyan and all that. I would have thought that Kaiki would be more on Guyan's side directly because of this layer of relationship. So what he said at the end there, it could mean two things, right? One is that again, I'm still operating under the assumption that Kambaru's mom was probably someone who Kaiki had a relationship, a genuine relationship with. It could be a case where, so under that assumption, it could be a case where maybe Guyan was always on the more negative side of things in regards to the two's relationship, or what Kaiki is actually trying to say here is by severing his relationship with Guyan, he can finally cut the ties to the Kambaru family entirely, right? It's either of those two, which I'm sure. Well, actually, it might not be completely revealed in this arc. It might be in the other arc, the one that I skipped. So, we'll see about that. What else to say here? So, we got the Sengoku situation, we got the Guyan situation, and I guess for this episode, mostly the Senjougahara situation, if you will. Seeing her vulnerable side, if you will. Well, okay, first of all, I really love that Kaiki is able to completely render her speechless. Even though Senjougahara has a very sharp mouth and a very sharp mind, she can't actually go up against Kaiki. And that's probably why she also, was on the losing side from the very beginning, right? How she became the way she was. Now, is that a few interesting things here, right? So first of all, I feel like the elephant in the room is, did Senjougahara actually have a genuine feeling for Kaiki? And also, in return, was that actually kind of sort of reciprocated by Kaiki as well? Indeed, for this episode, considering that Kaiki in the end still decided to take on this case and help Senjougahara, you gotta ask the question, why? Why is he willing to do this, right? Of course, you could, he could totally... And this actually ties in with another thing that I want to talk about, which is, why is Senjougahara so willingly trusting of Kaiki right now, right? Like, we, the audience, we can clearly see what Kaiki is trying to do, right? We can see him actually going around investigating Sengoku, actually meeting Sengoku, actually trying his hand at starting to deceive her, and so on and so forth. So we know about this. Senjougahara does not know about this. Why would she trust that Kaiki is actually doing anything at all? Like, he's a con man, for Pete's sake. He could totally just take the money and not do anything and just be like, oh yeah, sure, it's fine. I solved the problem already, right? Especially since Senjougahara is clearly still thinking of him as a con artist and as a fake. Why are you so willingly trusting him and the fact that Kaiki is saying, oh yeah, I solved the situation, right? And even to the point where she's completely relaxed, and even, letting her guard down in front of him. I don't know, I just feel like there's definitely a bit more to the two's relationship than just what we initially saw. Well, what exactly that relationship is, that is definitely kind of intriguing, right? Going back to what I was talking about last episode in the opening, and this sort of really, how can I put it, really unsettling sort of character interaction between Kaiki and Senjougahara and all that. You gotta wonder, was there truly something there in the past? Some flames that even to this day are still some embers, right? Especially since they also kind of laid out later on the entire scene with Onoki, how Kaiki is similar to Araragi in some sorts of ways, right? So it really gets you thinking, doesn't it? Now then again, we already said this at the very beginning, right? This is all just a story from Kaiki's perspective. It could be true, it could be not true, it could be entirely, Kaiki-centric, only talking about the good things that he did, etc, etc, etc. But still, I feel like, that's kind of adding another layer of complication onto everything, right? If we just focus on the events as they are unraveling right now, and everything that is being portrayed, and we take it at face value, well, some things just seem quite fishy, if you will. So, that's basically it for this episode and what I want to say. I do feel like we are going to explore more of Senjougahara's and Kaiki's relationship in the next 3 episodes as well. I would presume so. And of course, I'm dying to know what exactly is the skeleton in Sengoku's closet. Alright, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.